Hey guys, and welcome back for another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. I'm actually feeling a hell of a lot better than I was when I recorded the last episode, which was only 2 days ago, so I decided that I'm gonna get right back on YouTube and start recording some more videos. Tonight we are doing Raw. I already went ahead and skipped Heat, and of course Heat was just Heat, but I'm hoping that with this Raw episode we do a lot better than I did with SmackDown, because SmackDown was pretty horrible last week. Luckily, the Rock and Hulk Hogan angle ended up saving the episode, but if it wasn't for that, it would have did pretty bad. Before we start the card, I noticed that a lot of people that are watching this series are not subscribed to me, so if you are pretty new to this channel or you've been enjoying these videos, why not drop me a sub? It will help me out a lot, and if you give me a like, that will help too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and run the show. So in our first pre-show match, we have Spike Dudley facing off against CM Punk. Spike Dudley got the win. CM Punk, he's still pretty new into the business, so I'm not surprised with his 22 rating. This was actually supposed to be AJ Styles, but he wasn't quite free yet, so I was like, you know what, we'll give CM Punk a chance. And then in the next match, we have Test facing off against Mark Henry. Mark Henry is in developmental. I think at this time he suffered an injury, so I decided let's give him a pre-show match to see if he's ready to come back onto the main roster. It looks like the match did alright, it's just mainly... Oh, actually, Test and Mark Henry had very good chemistry, because for some reason I was thinking it was going to say they had bad chemistry, but it looks like Test and Mark Henry can be booked in matches, and it goes pretty good. The match had, like, little drama or flow to it, and, well, yeah, it's a pre-show match, so I didn't put that much effort into it. And then after the pre-show, now we're on to the main show, and I just did another freestyle angle pretty much between Evolution and then Scott Steiner and Hulk Hogan. And then I also involved RVD and Kane, because in tonight's main event, we're going to have a 4-on-4 elimination tag team match. I figured with the Royal Rumble, as close as it is, it'd be the perfect time to have some kind of big elimination match. So yeah, that's what we're going to do for the main event. And then in our first main show match, we have a tag team match between the Dudleys and Lance Storm and William Regal. Right now, these two teams, as well as Booker T and Goldust, who are the tag team champions, are all in a feud together. So tonight we had these two face off. I was gonna do it as a #1 contender match originally, but I think when we actually go to the Royal Rumble, I'm just gonna have the 3 teams battle it out. And there's a particular reason for that either y'all will figure out now, or once we get there, it'll make a little more sense. And then afterwards, because William Regal and Lance Storm picked up the win, which I forgot to even mention, William Regal gets on the microphone. It's just telling Booker T and Goldust that this is what we did tonight and this is what we are going to do at the Royal Rumble. It didn't really get the greatest rating. And then afterwards, we shoot to backstage. Molly Holly is ranting on about Trish Stratus. I think she's done this before. Yeah, she doesn't like Trish much, so she's gonna win in tonight's match. Or at least that's what she thinks, because Trish Stratus actually picked up the win with the Stratus faction. Got a 65 rating, so especially for the women's division right now, that's actually pretty good. And then after the match ended, Victoria came out and attacked Trish Stratus. I don't even remember if I'm pretty sure I put them in a rivalry, but I may have forgot. But right now, Victoria is our women's champion. And then in the next match, we have Booker T and Goldust facing off against 3 Minute Warning. Booker T carried the match, which, yeah, Booker T is a main eventer. This is kind of just so that this way Booker T and Goldust could actually wrestle for a change, because I feel like I've been leaving Booker T off the card a lot, and I haven't really meant to. So this was a perfect match for them to just pick up a win. And then afterwards, why did this do so horrible? We have a interview with Christian, and he's backstage with Terry. Pretty much the idea of this was just to hype the Royal Rumble, but it looks like it didn't do as good as I thought it did. Maybe, I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what happens next. So then after the interview, Christian has a match where I basically just made him squash Maven because I didn't really have too many other opponents. So I decided I would give Christian the win here. I kind of want to build him up to a main eventer. And then afterwards, Chris Jericho ran out and he helped Christian beat the crap out of Maven. I think I'm going to form a tag team with these two, at least for now. Let me know what you guys think of that, because I may have other plans for Chris Jericho as well, but this is kind of what I'm leaning towards at the moment. And then after that, we cut right to Chris Jericho's match where he faces off against the Hurricane. Of course, Chris Jericho picks up the win, and this match actually did pretty good. So then after the match ends, Chris Jericho gets on the microphone. He's letting everybody know that he's going to win the Royal Rumble. He is going to go to WrestleMania, and he's going to be the new WWE Tag Team Champion and or the World Heavyweight Champion, because he could go after either title. And then for this segment, it's kind of just evolutions in the backstage. They're all chatting. They're gonna win tonight's tag team match. They have a big plan. We'll see if it actually works out for them. And then in the main event, it didn't do as well. I wasn't really sure what to expect for this one because I've never done a match like this before. But we have Evolution facing off against Shawn Michaels, Scott Steiner, RVD, and Kane. I ended up giving them the win so that this way somebody else besides Evolution or Triple H in particular had an opportunity to pick up a win. But I'm pretty satisfied with the way this match went regardless. So let's go ahead and see how our show did. 75, so we did not end up having a really good show tonight. It wasn't the worst show because it doesn't look like we lost a bunch of popularity, but I always try to aim to get at least an 80, so could have did a little better there, but it's not the worst. It looks like I forgot the freaking storytelling thing again, which I'm pretty sure I threw that in the women's match, but I must have forgot. Alright, so we have some unread emails and a signing. I'm gonna click no for now. It looks like the main highlight is an interview with The Undertaker, which I forgot he actually came off injury, so I ended up signing him back to SmackDown for now because that's where he was before he got injured. I'm probably gonna hold off on bringing him back into the show until Royal Rumble because he's a potential surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. So let's go ahead and see what these emails are. The Undertaker returns, and then we have some opinions. They don't like Maven. They don't like Batista, or at least Chris Jericho doesn't. Scott Steiner didn't like Maven. And Triple H still does not like William Regal, because I'm pretty sure he was the one that complained about William Regal last time that I put William Regal in a match. Heat didn't really do good, which that reminds me. Let's go ahead and check how Heat, yeah, it got a 41. Didn't really do much for Heat, which I typically don't, because this is kind of just like the show for people I'm either gonna look to push or just people I don't really have ideas for. And I forgot too, I ended up putting Rhino on Heat because we ended up bringing him from developmental up to the main roster. He did pretty good, minus like him and Raven both like had stamina issues, which that could have been just because I made the match a little longer than I probably should have. So I'm gonna go ahead, and if the person behind this card is somebody that I don't care if we spoil or not, I'm gonna go ahead and show that. But if this is somebody that I want to keep a surprise, then I am going to cut that out. Alright, neither of these people are surprises, but I went ahead and signed it Silva and Grenier as well as Matt Striker. They were both in the WWE in the mid-2000s, so I figured they'd be good people to sign on for developmental contracts. So let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna leave them as heels, or at least that's what Silva and Grenier is. I'm not sure about Matt Striker. He's also a heel, so we'll go ahead and sign him as a heel. And then I'm gonna have to like censor it because I forgot that it would spoil it. So there's two names that you guys know about, and then there's two names that you guys don't know about. So we'll figure out who those names are in the future episodes. Hopefully by the Royal Rumble, because that's when I'm hoping to have them debut. So that's going to be all for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm definitely glad I'm feeling good enough to record more episodes. My nose is kind of stuffy again, but I'll get over it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe and all of that good jazz. And I hope y'all have a really good day. Bye.